Hey, what's up? This is Venger Satanis, and could talk to you about a die drop table that I made. Um, if you want to look at and read about how it started, I'm going to put a link down there to a little article I posted on Draconic Magazine um, that gives you the rough idea. And then since then, I've refined it, and I'll show you it now. Um, See, this is what it looks like inside the box. But let me take it out here and just put it here on the table. So basically, I took two sheets of a magazine and taped it together so it fit inside a 12 by 12 inch box that I get from Michaels. And I use a wood burner, and then I stain it. There's another one, and because I wanted to fit in there, so I cut up a whole bunch of these phrases and words and stuff like that that I came up with just spur of the moment, first thing that popped in my head, and I also solicited a bunch of random things from my 4-year-old daughter. She's 4.5 now, Briella, and things like where's one that she came up with? Coloring station with crayons and zombies, especially magenta, and she also wanted and rainbow crayons, but I didn't put that in there. Things like that. So just a bunch of weird stuff. And I used it for a while, and not in the game, but just for practice. And it was a lot of fun and cool. And then I put it in here. Well, first, see how I'd roll. Got some dice, and I'd roll and look at that. 3 dice. One is on the edge. The other die is right there. And I wasn't trying to roll it all like weird. And the third one is down there. So it just did not work well. We rolled like a dozen times, and there's only like 3 times that it actually, all 3 dice landed in there. So let me roll it again. See? You get something in each result. And so that's basically how it works. And then whatever it lands on, that you use that for inspiration. You don't take it as gospel. You just kind of you allow it to inspire you and use whatever description as inspiration for coming up with an encounter, I guess, or whatever you're using it for. But then I thought, why not make it a little bit more dynamic, as I've seen with other die drop tables? Like, it's not just one dimensional. I want another dimension. So if I rolled like a 6, d6, on here, so let's say I got a 2, and it's somewhere in between. Well, it's really on squishy baby belly like a trampoline. That's the one that Brielle came up with. But see, there's a 2, and then you're like, oh, what do you do with 2? Normally, before I added to it, that would just be a meaningless byproduct of the roll. But then I put in these colored pieces, and I taped this all down. I used the colors for the numbers because I wanted it to pop, visually. So you wouldn't have to hunt for like, oh, where's the 2 in all these, black pen on white paper. So number 2 is gemstones and jewels. So instantly you know that something having to do with a squishy baby belly like a trampoline will lead to or has something to do with gems and jewels and things like that. So it gives another little layer. And then I was looking through a New York Times, not New York Times, the New Yorker magazine. I don't know how I got that. I'm not a subscriber to that, but I just found it in our house, and I was flipping through it looking for maybe something cool that I could put in like the little spaces and crevices in between phrases and stuff. And I found some cool things that I just kind of put in there and taped down. I'll show you here. One of the coolest is this eye. You know, it was in this ad for something, and I thought, oh, that's cool. You know, I love little things like that. And then there's some Asian woman, and then a 12%. I'm like, oh, that's perfect, because a lot of times I use percentiles for stuff. There's a terrible glare. Sorry about that. An 88%. Las Vegas, which I thought was funny. Andy Warhol. There's a little bit of a skull, and then another one. I think that's it. But I got for the numbers, I got gold as number 1, and then number 2, gemstones and jewels. Number 3, magic item. Number 4, esoterica, which could be, you know, like a scroll or information, or maybe has something to do with a book, like an eldritch tome or something, or you know, hidden knowledge or some sort of wisdom, you know, something learned. 5, oh, down here, technology, you know, so spaceship or laser or robot or toaster, you know, something. And then 6, NPC. Maybe there's a prisoner that the PCs could possibly rescue. Maybe there's a damsel in distress. Maybe there are slaves. Maybe while the characters are fighting, they chance upon another adventurer that helps them or hinders them. Maybe they meet another party just before, just after, whatever it is that they're going to encounter from what you rolled. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought it was cool because, you know, it can fit in here, and whee! And this is just, you know, just inspiration, like I said. Not only for encounters and whatever in actual play during the game, but you can create something like this on your own and do it the way you want. You know, you can make it all about one thing, like exploring caves and caverns in the Underdark or something like that. Or you could make it all about treasure and different powers that, like, a magic sword could have. You know, I also thought, instead of doing just like random colored things here and there, you could do just a little list, just like 1 through 6 down here. Or you could do that, and then you could do like the colors of the die up here. You know, you could have order to it instead of the chaos. You know, I was going for sort of a subconscious, surrealist kind of nonsensical logic, and you know, that's kind of what I came up with, because I didn't really take this that seriously when I began the project. I was just kind of doing it for fun because I'd never had, and I just wanted to, I don't know, kind of do one myself and see what it was about, how it would feel to make it, and what kind of results I might get, and just as an experiment. And I enjoyed doing it, the making of it, because it was pretty simple. I mean, all you have to do is write stuff down, cut it out with the scissors, tape it down. That's really it. That's, you know, that's the extent of it. So yeah. But yeah, make it your own if you want to do one, and I'd love to see it. So either send it to me via email, or do a video, maybe, like a video response, or just send me a link to your video, something like that. And if you use it in play, even better. At some point, I'm going to use this myself just because I want to see what happens when I do. When I roll on Death by Chocolate and there's gold somehow attached to that result. I don't know how, I'll just have to be in the moment and spontaneously come up with something. That's part of the fun of game mastering, in my opinion. It's a challenge, but that's the kind of challenges I like. And if I fail in front of people, then I'm easygoing enough with it that I'm okay with failing, and I let people see me, the players see me fail in such a way that it becomes a joke and it's funny, and my failure amuses them. Not like I'm a clown really, but they laugh with me as I'm laughing at myself for being dumb and not coming up with anything cool. So this video's gone on way too long already. So one last look, and one last roll. Whee! Pretty cool. So yeah, that's it. And die drop tables can be cool, or are cool, and there's been a lot of buzz about them lately. So maybe this is the future. I don't know. Maybe I'll do more of these. Maybe I'll do one for you someday. Yeah. Anyway, see ya.